Today's lesson is called Conversations with Your Kitty. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff.
I am Roger. Today we're going to be talking about cats. Now, cats are a popular pet for people because they're relatively easier to take care of than dogs. Dogs require a lot more attention. Cats, you can leave them in the house for a couple of days and go on a vacation somewhere. They'll probably be all right. But dogs, you can't do that with dogs. They'll bark. They'll mess up your house and stuff like that. And so cats are a popular choice, but sometimes, it's just difficult to know what they're thinking, okay? If we could just talk like the animals or talk like our cats, boy, we could solve a lot of problems that we have with our cats so we don't have misunderstandings with them and we can have a really pleasant human-feline relationship in our home. So let's get to it. Let's find out what this article is all about. Conversations with your kitty. Let's listen to the first part right now.
Conversations with your kitty. How great would it be if you could talk to your cat? Well, according to Japan's Science and Technology Ministry, by 2040, advances in augmented reality, AR, and virtual reality, VR, will have made it possible to talk to your household pets. Until then, however, you can make a pretty good guess as to what your kitty is trying to say by paying attention to body language. Here are some things to look out for.
大家好，第一部分我们看到名词 technology 指科技、技术，像是 We now have the technology to examine other planets in great detail. 我们现在有科技可以仔细研究其他行星。另外，补充这个字的形容词 technological, T-E-C-H-N-O-L-O-G-I-C-A-L, technological 指科技上的、技术上的。例如Radio was one of the greatest technological innovations of the early 20th century. 无线电是20世纪初最重大的创新科技之一。或是 Technological problems slowed down work on the new computer. 技术上的问题使得新电脑的工作效率变慢。再来，我们看到单字 ministry， 这个字是名词，指政府的部属。像是 I need to go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to renew my passport. 我必须去一趟外交部更新我的护照。另外，除了上面的意思，这个字还可以指牧师的职务。举例来说 Michelle's grandfather is going to resign from the ministry next month. Michelle 的爷爷下个月将要辞去牧师的职位。接着，我们看到片语 as to 表示关于、至于。例如 The actress had a hard time deciding as to which gown she would wear to the awards ceremony. 那位女演员很难决定要穿哪件晚礼服参加颁奖典礼。另外，除了上面的意思，这个片语还可以表示根据、凭借。举例来说 Students will divide into groups as to interests instead of grades. 学生会依据兴趣来分组，而不是成绩。再补充2个相关片语。第一 as for 加名词，表示至于点点点，通常放在句首，作为转折语。像是 As for Tom, he won't drink coffee unless it is mixed with cream and sugar. 说到 Tom, 他不喝没有加奶精和糖的咖啡。第二 in or with regard to 加名词或动词 ing 表示关于点点点。我们可以说 With regard to the contest, the winner will be announced shortly. 关于这项比赛，获胜者很快就会宣布。
Okay, let's get started on our article. It's called Conversations with Your Kitty. Now, how great would it be if you could talk to your cat? Now, I don't have a cat now, but back in college, I did have a cat for about 6 months. And you know what? I would have loved to be able to talk to this cat because I had no idea what this cat was thinking at any moment. The cat was seriously nuts. I had to give it away. It was just that crazy. So if I had known what this cat was thinking, if the cat could have told me what was going on, maybe we could have somehow worked things out and I wouldn't have had to give that cat away. So yes, It would be great if I could have heard my cat talk, if it could have talked with me.
Yep, a lot of misunderstandings could have been avoided with your cat, but unfortunately, you don't have the information, or at least you didn't have the information then, which we have now. So let's talk about how great would it be? Well, according to Japan's Science and Technology Ministry, by 2040, advances in augmented reality, or AR, and virtual reality, VR, will have made it possible to talk to your household pets. Well, okay, so we're going to Japan here. Actually, it's a department in their government. That's what a ministry is. Some countries have ministries in their government, which are sections or areas of the government. Like here in Taiwan, I think you use the word ministry. The Ministry of Defense, for example. In the United States, we have departments like the Department of Defense, the Department of Health and Human Welfare, and stuff like that.
And also bureaus?
Bureaus, yes. That's also a common term to refer to branches of the government, or at least departments of a government. But this is in Japan, and their particular ministry is called the Science and Technology Ministry, probably headed by a minister.
Anyways, this is a Science and Technology Ministry. Let's go ahead and talk about technology right now. Science and technology go hand in hand. When you do science, you perform experiments and you try to figure out how the world works. Now, once you have that knowledge, you want to use that knowledge to solve real-life problems. Technology is the process of applying your scientific knowledge to the world so as to solve problems. And sometimes you build high-tech gizmos to solve these problems or to give people abilities they didn't have before that process. And also, those devices themselves are called technology.
Indeed. So this ministry, or this department of the Japanese government, specializes in science and technology, and they say, according to them, that by the year 2040, advances in AR and VR will make it possible to talk to your household pets, which could include your cat, of course, your dog, maybe your hamster or whatever. Those would be your household pets. So yes, these kinds of technology, augmented reality or virtual reality, yeah, with those kinds of technology, you might be able to communicate directly with your cat or dog. Augmented means it's kind of changed, and VR, I believe, is they actually create a whole new reality.
Yeah, if you augment something, you add to that thing to make it better. You supplement it in some way. You don't fundamentally change that thing, you just make it better, okay? With virtual reality, though, like Roger said before, you're in a totally different world. It's like you're in a new world with its own rules, and usually it's connected with computer devices. You'll be living in a computer world if you're living in virtual reality. Anyways, though, maybe in 2040, okay, advances in AR and VR will make it possible to talk to your household pets. Until then, because that's 20 years from now, until then, however, you can make a pretty good guess as to what your kitty is trying to say by paying attention to body language. And I'm pretty sure that most of the things that the cat is going to be saying is going to be related to food. That's just my intuition here. I'm hungry. Give me food.
Yep, give me a nice fat juicy mouse or something like that. So indeed, this is going to happen in 20 years. And as we know, cats don't live that long. You're lucky if your cat lives to the age of 20. So yeah, don't even think about it. You're not going to be able to communicate with your present pets, but maybe your children in the future will be able to communicate with their pets. And yes, we can make a pretty good guess nowadays as to what your kitty is trying to say by paying attention to their body language. Cats can meow, but that's not really language. We need to pay attention to their body language, which sometimes is also referred to as nonverbal language, although nonverbal has other things as well besides body language. But yeah, is somebody shaking? Are they avoiding eye contact? Are they tapping themselves on the face very often? Those are all signs of body language. They're sending messages without actually saying words.
There you go. So you can make a pretty good guess as to, or when it comes to, what your kitty's saying by paying attention to body language. So pay attention. Be alert. More on that soon. Anyways, here are some things to look out for. So again, pay attention to that body language, how that cat of yours is holding itself and moving around you when it's trying to communicate. All right, folks, let's go ahead and take a short break. But when we come back, we'll be talking about the ears.
Ears. When cats' ears are pointing straight up and facing forward, they are alert. They have probably noticed something interesting and are listening for more information or getting ready to play. If their ears are flat down on their head, then it's a sign that they're afraid or angry.
第二部分我们看到一个单字 alert， 这个字是形容词，指警觉的、机敏的，像是 The soldiers had to always be alert to enemy attacks. 那群士兵必须随时保持警觉，以防范敌军攻击。另外，除了上面的意思，这个字还有以下几种用法。第一，当动词可以指使警觉、使注意，像是 alert somebody to something， 表示使某人警觉某事，提醒某人某事。举例来说 No one alerted me to the safety problem. 没有人提醒我安全的问题。第二，当名词可以指警报、警戒，例如 The government gave out an alert that a storm was approaching. 政府发出警报，通知一个暴风正在接近。
Okay, so let's talk about the cat's ears. You know those things that they use to hear with? We hear with our ears, and cats hear with their ears as well. So when cats' ears are pointing straight up and facing forward, they are alert. Okay, to be alert just means that you are very awake and you want to know what's happening around you. You are ready to hear or see anything that happens around you so that you can react to it as soon as possible.
Did you hear that?
What?
Did you hear that?
What did I hear?
Now I'm totally paying attention. I'm totally awake. I'm so alert right now. Yes, when you're alert like that, you are wide awake. You're really paying attention. Nothing's going to get by you at all. Yes, you're seeing and perceiving everything that is going on around you, every little detail. Nothing is getting by you. Nothing is escaping you. Anyways, when cats' ears are pointing straight up and facing forward, they are alert. They have probably noticed something interesting and are listening for more information or getting ready to play.
That's right. So, yes, they are alert. So, remember, everybody, you need to be alert when you cross the street in Taipei because every intersection in Taipei is extremely dangerous. So you need to be alert. You need to be aware of what's going on around you in all directions. So cats are probably planning on crossing the street too, so they are alert as well. But in this particular case, they need more information. Or maybe they're just out for a good time. They want to play. You need to have some cat toys ready for them, and you need to engage them. That's important for cats' development. They need to have playtime all the time. So watch for those ears facing forward. And if their ears are flat down on their head, then it's a sign that they're afraid or angry. So watch out for that too. If they put their ears down flat on their head, that's something you need to watch out for because they could be afraid of something. Maybe there's a large dog nearby, or they might be angry with you. They're sick and tired of you making those kitty noises. They really get annoyed by it, so they wish you would just stop it and not do it anymore.
There you have it. Anyways, that does it for the ears. Let's go ahead and take a break. But when we come back, we'll be talking about the eyes.
Eyes. Relaxed cats will have their eyes closed or half open. If their eyes are wide open, take a look at the pupils. Large pupils could mean they are excited, anxious, or afraid. Cats that blink slowly at you are saying that they trust you. You could reply by blinking back at them to say you trust them too.
最后第三部分，我们看到动词 blink 指眨眼、闪烁，像是 in the blink of an eye 就表示转眼间、瞬间。例如 Ron arrived in the blink of an eye after I called him. Ron 在我打给他之后，一下子就到了。另外，补充一个相关片语 on the blink 表示故障。例如We've experienced some losses in productivity this month because the server is on the blink. 因为伺服器故障，我们这个月经历了一些生产上的损失。
Okay, so just like other animals, cats have different body parts, their ears, their eyes, their nose, their throat, their tail, their legs, etc., and their claws. You got to watch out for the claws. But now we're going to talk about their eyes. Cats' eyes are very unique. The shape of the pupil is more like a football, like an olive or something like that, and it's not perfectly round. So some people find that attractive, some people find that scary, but we're talking about the whole eye here, and relaxed cats will have their eyes closed or half open. So if your cat is relaxed and they're not worried about anything and they're relatively happy and they're getting ready for a nap, well, then they will close their eyes or half close their eyes. They are half open, just like people sometimes when we're just waking up in the morning, our eyes are kind of half open. We're not quite ready to get out of bed yet.
So basically, a relaxed cat looks like a sleepy cat for the most part. Either they're sleeping, their eyes are closed, or the eyes there are half open. Got it. Sleepy equals relaxed, or sleepy looking, okay, equals relaxed as far as cats are concerned. Now, more on the eyes. If their eyes are wide open, then take a look at the pupils. Large pupils could mean they are excited, anxious, or afraid. So those big pupils there and those wide open eyes, take note of them. In that particular situation, that cat might be sensing something that's making them excited, anxious, or afraid. By the way, if you are anxious, you're worried about something. You think that something bad might just happen in the future, okay? You might think that you're at risk for some reason or another, or you might find yourself or think that you're in a dangerous situation. All of these things could lead to you being anxious or having anxiety.
That's right. So yes, the cat could be anxious about something. Maybe there's a stray cat outside and they're afraid that cat will come in or something. So they're anxious about that or afraid. Or maybe they're excited and they want to play with you. But in any case, they blink slowly, saying that they trust you. Look at that. Sometimes cats do that. They slowly close their eyes and slowly open them again. That's blinking here, or at least blinking slowly. And you could reply by blinking back at them to say you trust them too, and then you will become buddies for life. And those cats might even begin to respect you to such a point that they no longer scratch up your furniture or the kitty litter all over the living room. Sometimes cats do that to kind of send you a message to mean, hey, you're not taking good care of me. But yeah, if you have this trust with your cat, hey, you might not see these problems. Okay, that brings us to the end of our discussion. It's time now to listen to our Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。课文一开始写到 How great would it be if you could talk to your cat? 如果你能和你的猫说话，那该有多棒呢？那这个句子为什么会用 How great would it be 而不是 How great will it be 呢？好，还有为什么是 if you could 而不是 if you can？其实这个句子它就是结合了感叹句和 if 引导跟现在事实相反的假设句。我们在先前的课程已经学过 how 引导的感叹句句型了，这边就着重在 if 引导的假设句。好，同学们应该有写过假如我是一只鸟这一类的作文题目吧，或是可能对朋友说过说假如我是你我就会怎么样怎么样。但事实上我们当然不可能变成一只鸟或是变成对方，像这样的例子呢，就是在表达跟现在事实相反的假设。好，当我们用 if 来引导这样的假设句时，它的句型是 if 主词加上过去式动词或者是 were 逗号主词加上 could, would, might, should 再加原形动词。好，那要特别注意 if 子句的动词要用过去式，那像我们课文里面的 if 子句它是用过去式助动词 could。 好，那么至于主要子句的部分呢，要用过去式助动词 could, would, might, should去搭配原形动词。所以呢，我们课文的主要子句它用 how great would it be？ 它就是使用到过去式助动词 would 来表达咯。好，那么造个例句 What would you do if you won the lottery？ 如果你中乐透，你会做什么呢？有没有看到 if you won 这边用过去式动词 won， 然后主要子句 what would you do 我们是用过去式助动词 would。 好，另外提醒同学们 if 子句的动词如果要用 be 动词，那么不论人称是什么，一律都是用 were。 例如If I were you, I might do the same. 如果我是你，我可能也会做相同的事情。那么特别注意 If I were you, I 后面的 be 动词不是用 was 而是用 were。 好，顺便补充相关的句型哦。要表达跟过去事实相反的假设语气，它的句型是 if 主词加上 had 加过去分词，逗号主词加上 could, would, might 或是 should 再加 have 再加过去分词。那特别注意 if 子句我们是用过去完成式表达，而主要子句是用 would, could, might, should 去搭配完成式。我们来造两个例句 If I had known the secret, I would have told you. 要是我之前就知道那个秘密，我早就告诉你了。那这就是表达说，过去那个当下我不知道秘密，我只是在假设当时如果我知道的话，我就会告诉你。好，第二个例句 If Ben had studied harder, he might have gotten a higher score. 如果 Ben 之前呢有用功一点，他可能就会得高分。那么言下之意就是说 Ben 他之前没有用功读书啦。好，那么以上今天重点整理，我们回顾今天的单字吧。
Technology. Developments in technology have made communication easier. Ministry. The Ministry of Education is in charge of the public schools in the country. Alert. It is very important that drivers stay alert at all times. Anxious. Brian felt very anxious about his surgery scheduled for the following day. Blink. It's impossible not to blink when you sneeze.
Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But, as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.